Hello everyone, welcome to Literature Reads. Today we'll do on linguistic aspects of translation by Roman Jakobson. Now this prose is going to tell us about some types of translation and some aspect of translation. So first of all, for this we need to know that what is a translation. So translation is an attempt to find ways of saying in one language something that means the same as what has been said in another. For example, I have an apple. So इसे मुझे हिंदी में translate करना है. So I'll say save. So for the both words have equal meanings, right? They are denoting the same thing. Okay, so this is what translation is. Now Jakobson in his essay tells us about three different kinds of translation. The first is intralingual, then we have interlingual, and the last one is intersemiotic. So intralingual translation is a translation that takes place in the same language, in one single language. So it needs to have two words that have the same meaning in the one language. For example, I say explain this answer, and now if I have to translate the word explain, so I need to replace the word explain with some word which means the same in English only. So I can replace it with describe, right? Describe this answer. So this is intralingual translation where we are translating within the same language. There is also an important thing that it is the linguistic verbal sign that gives an object its verbal sign. मतलब हाँ कि हम किसी चीज़ को क्या बोलते हैं, ठीक है. एक ये पेन है, ठीक है, तो हम इसे पेन बोलते हैं. तो ये इसका पेन जो है वो वर्बल साइन है इसका, जो कि डिनोट करता है एक ऐसे ऑब्जेक्ट को जिससे हम लिखते हैं. So you are doing interlingual translation. So what is interlingual translation? It is like replacing a verbal sign with another sign of different language. So it takes place between two languages. One is the source language and another one is the target language. The last kind of translation that we have is intersemiotic translation. इसमें क्या होता है that not merely focusing on the words, the emphasis is on the overall message that is needed to be conveyed. सिर्फ words पे focus नहीं होता है, जो वो message convey कर रहे हैं वो words उन पे focus होता है. This has also been called as transmutation because here the message gets translated from one medium to another. For example, Macbeth by William Shakespeare has been made into a movie also. So this is transmutation, जिसमें कि medium बदल गया है. एक वो that from a novel it has converted into a movie, but both of them convey the same message, right? So this is what intersemiotic translation is. So these are the types of translation that he talks about. He also talks about some linguistic aspects of. So Jakobson tells us कि जब भी हम एक language से दूसरी language में translation करते हैं तो sometimes there happens a deficiency because it is not always possible that there is a word for the same thing in another language also. So this is what known as deficiency of words, और इन इस deficiency को हम पूरा करने के लिए we use loan words, and we also call this as loan translation. Then he also tells us that it is difficult to preserve the literary and creative aspects of the original text into translated text. For example, एक poem है, उसमें हमारे पास राइम स्कीम है, हमारे पास एलिटरेशन है, मेटाफर्स हैं, तो इन सबको दूसरे लैंग्वेज में ट्रांसलेट करना इज़ नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल, राइट? सो दैट इज़ व्हाट ही टेल्स अस हियर, दैट द क्रिएटिव एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ लैंग्वेज कैन नॉट बी प्रिजर्व्ड इनटू अ translated text in its original taste, right? Hope you found the video informative. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.